I just started reading the Bible, and I've been told that the only sin that can't be forgiven is suicide. Does it say that in the Bible?
No, because is also murder. You understand what I'm saying? Right? King Saul, for example, leaned on his sword. That is kind of a Catholic belief, and it's not to knock them or anything. It makes sense. But there's tons of murderers in heaven. Suicide is just murdering yourself. Would you agree? Saul, who turned into Paul, wrote 14 epistles of the book, murdered tens of thousands of people. So you got to understand, right? If these are my legs and I choose to walk to that wall, then I should have control of my legs, walk to that wall and stop. But if I'm walking and I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop midway, but I keep going, it's no longer my legs that are in control. There's something that's either pushing me or a force that's dragging me. Likewise, if those thoughts are your thoughts, right? You should be able to say, okay, I'm having suicidal thoughts, I'm having negative thoughts, they need to stop. But notice when you try to stop them, they pour even more. That's how you know it's the enemy. You understand what I'm saying? You have to learn to distrust your thoughts. That's what the Bible tells us. So when it comes to suicide or anything like that, it's not just, do I get to heaven or do I get to hell? The bigger issue here is I'm not gonna trust my thoughts so that you don't even get to that position of questioning that, right? God doesn't want us to trust our thoughts. The first commandment he actually gave Adam and Eve was not just have dominion, but he said, do not eat from the knowledge of the tree, right, of good and evil. He didn't want us to have this type of knowledge. Sadly, we have that. We have our good, we have our bad, and we just keep trusting ourselves. He wants us to accept rather than understand, because we can never understand God. Nobody can ever analytically explain to me how a man walked on water. We have to learn to accept. So, yeah, amen.